Hey guys, it's Tammy with Women of Influence. Well, I really hope you've been enjoying our weekly words. And as many of you know, you've passed on these videos to friends. That as a life coach, what I like to do is I like to take a word and encourage as women of influence that we concentrate, we meditate, we really focus on one weekly word. This word I love because it's a word that is calming to me. This word is presence. Presence. I want you to enjoy His presence. You know, let me ask you this question, and it's new to me. I love this thought. I've blogged about it, and I've talked about it to a lot of you. Have you ever thought about the 3 time zones of your mind? The 3 time zones of your mind. We have past, present, and future. Past, present, and future, the 3 time zones of the mind. And in our mind, most of us will go back to the past, and those are the glory days and the good old days, and we live in the past. And the problem with that is many of us get stuck in the past. You know, I always say if you start a story with, I used to, you're in trouble. Because we go back and we relive maybe the high school years, or when we were in track, or we won an award, or we won a medal, or we used to dance, and we get stuck in our past. Or maybe you're in the time zone in your mind of the future. And you're always going to get there. I'm going to get there. I'm going to do it. Well, when the kids grow up, or, you know, when this happens or when that happens. And we're always looking to the future, not with a plan or a strategy, just looking for hope. But let me encourage you to live in the time zone of the present. That means right now, this very moment. You know, the Bible tells us in Philippians 4:6, don't be anxious about anything. Don't be anxious about tomorrow. Don't be worried about yesterday. Don't be anxious about anything. But in prayer and request, come to God and let Him know what's going on in your world. That's my paraphrase. So He wants you to live in this moment. Well, I started an exercise about 4 months ago, and it's an exercise I've shared with many of you, women of influence, and it's called quieting the soul. And as I started to quiet my soul, I've entered into the presence of God. And you know what I realized? When I sit in the presence of God, I am in the present moment. You see, what happens when we enter in to a relationship with God, and we enter into sitting quietly and allowing Him to talk to us and speak to us, we are entering into His presence. So what I want you to think about this week is, how do I enter into the presence of God? How do I sit and allow Him to speak to me and to talk to me and to walk with me and to reveal this very moment? And there's some actually steps that you can take, and a lot of them are just enjoy the moment you have. Enjoy your spouse if you have one. Enjoy your children. Enjoy your home. I like to say, make a Thanksgiving list. So that's what I'm going to have you do this week. Get out that piece of paper. And you know, ladies, what I really want to encourage you to do is to get a notebook. Call it your Women of Influence notebook, because every one of these videos, I give you an assignment. So take that notebook, and on today's assignment, I want you to make a Thanksgiving list. A Thanksgiving list. And begin to write down the things that you're thankful for. Maybe your health, or your child, or your spouse, or your job, or your home, or your food, or whatever it is that you have. And just keep going and keep writing and just keep writing. And then as you enter into your Thanksgiving list, you begin to practice the presence of the perfect moment with God. Enjoy that moment with Him by being thankful for what you have. So this week's word is presence. Enter the perfect presence of God, moment by moment. I hope you have a great week. Enjoy this week with God. Look forward to seeing you next week.